Welcome to Duke's United show. It is the semi-finals FA Cup versus Brighton at Wembley, and I'm joined by Raj, the Arsenal supporter. We'll talk about that in a bit, but first and foremost, it is Man United versus Brighton. Raj, I know we've been talking about, we talk about all games, and you know your football. So I thought, who best to bring on than someone like you who knows your football? Tell me what you think about this game coming into it. What are Man United's chances? Since we obviously have many players out and the form that we're currently in and the form that Brighton are in, what do you see happening today?
To be honest, going into today's game, it's going to be a very tough match. And I feel that for United, that they've got a 47% chance. And I'd say Brighton are slight favourites with 53% chance for me. And with all the injuries you've got, I still give you a chance to do something. But I just think Brighton might have the slight edge today because of the injuries that you've got and the players that are playing.
I can't hear you too much. Be a bit louder, lad. A bit louder.
I'd love United to win. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'd love United. I'd love United to win because I'd love to see a Manchester final. So, yeah.
Yeah, Man United versus City. City went through yesterday, didn't they? Hat-trick from Mahrez. What a hat-trick that was, to be fair. They was always going to win that game. It's the easier of the two, tie. But I think we're going to struggle, mate. I'm really worried about this game. I don't know about anyone else, but who are we going to play at the back? Man United, I think Maguire's out. Obviously, I don't want him playing anyway. But Lindelof is still fit. So is Shaw fit enough to play? We'll see. Sorry?
You think Shaw could play centre-back today?
Yeah, I think he should play centre-back. I would put Malacia at left centre-back as well. Left back, sorry. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But look, Brighton, mate, they're looking dangerous. They've got very, very good players. Caicedo in the middle, Ferguson up front, looking very good. And Mitoma.
Yeah.
He is ridiculous. The way I see him, he's taking players on for fun and he's having fun with it. So I feel like we're going to struggle. I feel like we're missing vital parts to our team. And Raj, I don't know what you think, but when it comes to Martinez, what he does for us, like I was telling you before, I think he's the best defender in the league, but not the best one-on-one defender. I think he's the best defender because he does.
He's the best team defender. That's what you mean, right? Overall.
Yeah.
Not one-on-one, but overall in a team. He makes an impact in a team where others don't make that impact. He's just his presence and his passing, his switching, and what he's done this season for United. And you can see that they're missing him big time.
Yeah, I think so as well. You might. I think you're holding your phone, aren't you?
Yeah, sorry.
Just hold the phone. Just keep it in the middle. I think that should be all right, to be fair. So just move it a little bit more to the middle. You're kind of on the left. There we go. Yeah. So, yeah, you need to get a stand for that, lad.
I need to
get a stand next time.
I will.
Yeah. Man, I'm just looking at United. I'm thinking, we're back to the same Man United as last year. Like, the way we play is just like last year's because it's the exact same players as last year. It's not, we're playing like last year for any other reason. And I just think we don't have the ability to progress the ball from defense to midfield once the opposition have pushed on us. So normally what happens is you wait for the opposition to press you. So then all their players are further up the field. Then you play through the lines and then get it to our midfield. But what I found against Sevilla is
there's no flaw in the attack.
There's no flaw. But what does Martinez do? You remember what you said? What does Martinez do when he gets on the ball?
And he distributes it quick and switches it left to right.
Exactly. And that's the difference that we're missing. When Maguire's on the ball, he just stands on it. And he thinks that he's doing the same thing as Martinez, but he's absolutely not. Because he can't play that ball when it comes. And he can't play the ball or keep the ball once he's under pressure. But Lindelof is another player who he does a job. Same way, look, here's the other thing. Varane does exactly the same thing. He isn't a ball progressor. He just plays at the back. But he's a very good defender who just plays at the back. So he's in a similar mold as a Lindelof, but just a much better player. But when it comes to being able to progress the ball with purpose, Martinez, we are missing that massively. Steve says Your best chance of winning today is playing 5 at the back, but don't have enough fit players for that system. Totally right. Totally right, Steve. We're struggling. We're absolutely struggling. Will we see Casemiro go into the back? But then that kills our midfield because we need a midfield. So I don't know what we're going to do. I'm worried about this game. Look, is Martial back? Will he be playing? Because if he is back, then you have Rashford, Martial, and Antony, and you just take out Sancho because he's not been doing anything recently. Last game, like I was thinking he was coming into a bit of form, but man, last game he's just like, this is the problem with him. When he's not playing well, he's not giving enough to the team. He doesn't press off the ball. He's pretty much non-existent. He doesn't press with intent to win the ball.
It doesn't look the same.
He doesn't, does he? But what do you think is the problem with him?
Lack of confidence again. When he come back after that long spell out and he came back, he was actually doing well. And now he just drifted off into the ocean again. It's either lack of confidence or he's just not feeling himself. Remember when we said that weeks ago when I speak to you about what he could bring to the team when we were talking about his Dortmund days, and then he came back, he looked good, and now he's just drifted off like he's not interested. Something's not right with him right now.
Yeah. You know what? It's one of them things where the conditions have to be perfect for him to do well. And I just don't think we have the conditions at the moment for him to do well. It's like, sit there, mate, until Martial and Rashford's fit. When they're both fit, I'll play you.
Then
But
he wants to try and do well today.
Yeah, but the other side is Antony, who I didn't expect to be the best of the three. He's currently the best of the three. He's doing well. Definitely doing very well.
This is the best Antony we've seen since the beginning of the season. For you.
Yeah. I totally agree.
He looks a totally different player.
Yeah, he's using his right foot. He's going inside. He's going outside. He's making himself unpredictable, and then he still has that left foot whip.
And his end product's getting better as well.
Yeah, and again, his defensive side is always there. He's a player I don't want to see come off the pitch at the moment.
No, he's on form.
Earlier on in the season, I was sitting going, yeah, you're the first man off because you was frustrating me. But look, Rashford's gone off the boil. What do you think about that?
Rashford, I don't know. Since that little niggle and injury, he's just gone off the last few weeks. So he's only got 1 goal, I think, in that spell. Yeah.
He's not been doing too well recently. From the last, I don't know how many games it's been, maybe 3 or 4.
But, maybe about 6, I'd say.
Yeah, it's about that amount of games now where he's not looking as dangerous as he used to, and he's not scoring. So he's off the boil, and it's a case of how do you get him back on the boil, because he's a player, like I've always said, that he probably doesn't know how he gets on fire. It's like he's driving, like Mario Kart. You're driving and you just pick up a star and you're just on fire. Ding, ding, ding. And that's what I can see him doing. And but there's other players. I think he needs to get that in his game. The understanding of what made him be where he was at when he was bagging a goal every game. Right now, he's off it. I don't know what it is.
I think that injury maybe not impacted it, but when you're in the floor of run of games, that's what Rushy was happening. He was still in the floor of run of games, and then this injury come, and then he's kind of found it hard to get that rhythm and mojo back again. Not mojo, but
the little groin injury from 1 game out.
Yeah, it kept him out for about 2-3 games, was it? Something like that.
No, he's only been out for a week. He's come back in a week. So, and even before then, he wasn't doing as well. So I don't see it being that, to be fair. I just think that he's come off the boil and he can't remember what got him there. And it's just a thing of playing and playing until you do get that timing back. Sometimes you have a certain timing and you're like, oh my, I have it as well when I play FIFA with you guys. When I'm playing every minute, I get this timing, the sharpness and the passing, and I'm able to play the ball. But then because I can't play every day, I play every now and again. It's gone. Yeah. It's gone. And then I have to play for a week like straight to be able to get back to that level. And I don't know what it is that got me there, if you get what I mean.
That's the same with Rashford.
Yeah.
But he's scored 1 goal in that time since he's come back.
You got some shaky hand, lad. Shaky hand. What is going on?
Hold on, I'll hold it straight, sorry.
Yeah, man.
Next time I'll make sure I get one of them sticks.
Yeah, you need to have, just put it on something. I think if you've got a phone, the best thing you can do is just get something and lean it against it. Like I get a couple books, just lean it against it so it don't move. So
I will definitely Sorry about this today, guys.
No worries. But look, man, I've got my starting lineup that I think will play. It's going to be a struggle no matter what. Does Casemiro go in the back? Who plays? Actually, for you, who plays at right back? Do you see Wan-Bissaka playing there because of Mitoma? Or do you see Dalot going there because we want to go forward and attack?
He's going to go with Dalot for me.
Think so, yeah?
Yeah.
Because?
He just seems to went with him. He went with him with Sevilla, so I imagine he's going to tweak much of that team.
He went with both of them.
Yeah, he played at left back, sorry. It could well go with the same, then he might just play. No, I think he's going to go with Dalot, me. I'm just going to go with my prediction. Dalot's going to start ahead of Wan-Bissaka for me. Yeah.
And Malacia coming in at left back, or do you think Shaw will stay left back and then he'll do something else at centre back?
Malacia probably start left back for me.
Okay, so Malacia, Shaw, Lindelof,
and Dalot. Yeah.
Okay, I think he's going to learn from last year, where not last year, last FA Cup final, where the big man, Sir Maximan, was causing a bit of trouble, and he thought, you know what, I need to get on the back here to shut him down. So I think that should be the case. He should do that. Then we're talking about midfield. Who's in your midfield? Are we back to our normal midfield?
Casemiro and Fred. It's got to be.
Casemiro and Fred, yeah?
Yeah,
because of the frailties at the back. Or...
Yeah, he's going to go with them too. Surely he's got to for the energy and precision. Yeah.
So who comes out then? Because Eriksen played last game and Bruno's back. So what happens?
Yeah, that's true.
Or do you put Bruno further up?
Oh.
And no Martial, you play and take out Sancho and put Bruno.
I think Martial's going to be out of today's game. What have they said in terms of the injuries? I
can't believe he's out. He's probably going to be out. There's a high chance that he's going to be out.
I'm going to go with Casemiro, Fred, and then Bruno in front of them. That's my prediction.
And no Eriksen?
Nah, I think he's going to go with Fred for the energy.
Okay. And up front, who have you got? The front three?
Right, Antony. And then I think Sancho might start and Rashford up front, maybe.
Yeah. Can you give Sancho another chance to do his thing?
You might just give him another game.
Or do you think you want to see Wout back in there again?
Oh, it might be Weghorst. Yeah, this is what it's going to be, Nathan, actually. I'm going to go with this, actually. I'm going to go with Casemiro, Fred, Bruno as a 10. Yeah. Rashford on the left, Antony on the right, and he's going to go with that big man up front.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that.
It's the work rate, isn't it? You can't have Sancho working the way he worked.
He wants him to work hard, and I think he's going to start with that.
Yeah. To be fair, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. I'm not going with that team myself. But
we'll see what you bring.
That's not a problem. What do you think is going to happen in the game? Who do you think are the danger men for Brighton in this game when you compare it to...
Yeah, all right. We can go with... Itomo's been playing very well. He's going to be a danger coming in from the left-hand side. But you've got to be aware of Solly March because he's a very good player. He's been one of their best players this season. He's doing well. And obviously, and Ferguson's movement off the ball because he's got so much pace. Yeah. And obviously the boys at McAllister in front of the Argentinian winger and Winfield who won the World Cup, they're going to be like the interchange. That front four are going to be interchanging all the time. And and Ferguson runs and drop. He just makes diagonal runs. So it's going to be that front four that's going to be the big threat. And they're going to interchange off the flanks because that's what I think they like to do from what I've seen from them. Yeah. Wow. Or you might even go with Danny Welbeck. We don't know, do we?
Yeah, old man, old player versus United again.
Who's doing all right this season? He's doing well.
Yeah, he's doing okay, to be fair. He's doing all right. And look, it's an old club. Always happens when you play against your old club. You always get a goal. And I wouldn't put it past him to score when we've got this defence playing. I'm very, very comfortable with Martinez and Varane playing. But anyone other than them that's in our back four now, I'm worried. I'm very worried. And then not only that, we've got De Gea who playing out from the back. His feet have shown to be, he's very uncomfortable on the ball. Very uncomfortable.
What he's going to have to do is just knock the ball long today and play safe.
Yeah. You know what? When you watch some keepers, you can see it in their technique, in their body language. He's not comfortable on the ball. We know that. We can see that. He
can't play out from the back, like I said to you the other day.
He cannot play out from the back, and he doesn't relish playing out from the back. Like I say, I think one of the best players who play out from the back. Obviously, you've got your Edisons and your Allisons, but again, the Pickford with the ball at his feet. He just loves to play. You know what? I bet if you went training, you'd see him wanting to play in the small five-a-sides, like outfield. He's one of them players who just wants it, and he's got that steely determination about him and that confidence about
Nathan,
his.
I keep mentioning the other goalkeeper who's been linked with United a few times, David Raya, Brentford, very good keeper who can play with his feet out of the back. But I don't know whether United would be interested in him in the summer. But his name has been mentioned quite a few. He's good. He's good. You need someone next season to put pressure on De Gea and come in and compete with him, and then see what happens.
But here's the thing: when it comes to goalkeepers,
you need to sell Dean Henderson.
Yeah. But when it comes to goalkeepers, can you really be pressuring a keeper? Because normally you have a keeper who goes, right, you're my main man. Yeah. You don't have a keeper coming in and the next keeper coming in. What you have is a keeper who you just buy and he's ahead of De Gea, and De Gea sits down. That's what you have. But then De Gea, he's too high a profile player to sit down. Don't you think?
Yes, he is, because he's been at United for 11 and a half, 12 years now.
So do you just get rid of him then? You sell him and not give him a new contract, and then you buy a new keeper.
How long has he got left on his contract, Nathan?
I think this is it. Like, he's got like another year probably, I think. And they're talking about giving him a new contract. And I'm thinking, don't give him a new contract. Let's just find a better keeper, or give him a new contract if we can't find a better keeper for an extra.
Would you like to see a new? Can I ask you a question? Would you like to see a new goalkeeper coming in the summer then? Yeah.
I think so. I think we need to now move to that next step where we've got people. We've got a keeper who's comfortable on the ball, who knows what he's doing at the back, because it really does hurt. And the thing is I'm torn, because when you look at his goalkeeping, shot stopping, it's tremendous. Amazing. Absolutely tremendous.
He's probably one of the best. He's probably one of the best in the league for that. You know.
Yeah, I don't think there's many better than him. I don't think there's anyone better than him. To be fair, shot stopping, he's very good.
That's why we both got him in our fantasy teams in Sun.
Exactly,
and he wins as many points. You know.
Yeah, we've had the most clean sheets this season as well, so that's fine. But again, it still does hurt us. So this is the other side. Do you get a keeper in who's better with his feet, but then we concede more goals? Or you play with this keeper who's not better with his feet, but then you concede less?
Yeah, it's one of those. It's up to ETH in the summer to see what he wants to do.
So that's what I'm saying. He needs to find a keeper who's just as good shot stopping, who can pass the ball, and then we'll be happy. But yeah, so in the end, I'm just going to give my little breakdown of how I see United playing, because it's a thing where I think from now to the end of the season, we're going to struggle to move the ball through the lines. Now, there's only a certain amount of teams that can capitalize on that, though. So other teams can't move the ball through the lines as well either. So they're the games that are going to be very tight. Like today, they're good at moving the ball through the lines. They're good at everything. They got players in every position. Exactly.
They're fast and fluent. They're quick.
Yeah. So now we've got good players in attack, good players in midfield, but are we going to be able to move that ball from defense to midfield quick enough that they got space to find that attack? And that's the problem we had against Sevilla. They pressured us early, we lose the ball, or we give the ball, and then we pass the ball to the midfielders and they take the ball taken off them. And we never see the attacking three doing anything for any amount of time in the game. So I'm afraid that Brighton are going to do that to us. They might be the team that comes and goes, right, we've seen what they're like without their boys. Let's pressure them and let's win the ball back and let's go at them. And I think that's what's going to be a struggle for not just this game. It's going to be every game from now to the end of the season. And we are going to hopefully just get over the finish line by hook or by crook and get that fourth position, because I am worried, big time worried. So yeah.
What's your lineup, Nick, for today's game?
My lineup here. Let me get my lineup up. I've gone with De Gea at the back. I've gone Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Shaw, and Malacia, centre backs, and right and left back. Casemiro, of course. I've got Eriksen in there and Bruno. I think our midfield three will be back again. And I think Sancho will probably get his chance to attack this time, because we have to attack them. And then Rashford up front with Antony on the right. I think he needs to get as close to that front three as he can with the Sancho, Rashford, and Martial thing. And the fact that Antony's on fire right now, I think he'll look to Antony to continue doing what he's doing and hope Sancho pulls his finger out and does a bit more. And Rashford, get back to running in behind. Get back to Bruno and Ericsson trying to find him in behind that Brighton defence, and we can break them down. It's not like they're the greatest
stretching teams. That's what you're going to be doing, stretching them.
We need to stretch them, and I think if we stretch them, we have a chance. So if we stretch them, we have a chance of actually getting goals, because I know they're going to score, especially with the defence we've got. Well, I don't know what defence we've got yet, but I can imagine it's not going to be a very strong one. And look what I've got to score. Look, I've got 2-2 and having to win this on penalties. I can't see any other way of winning. I can't see us winning outright. I just can't. I can only see us winning on pens.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. And I don't want to say we're in the semi-finals and we're going to lose.
Yeah, you want to win because you want to get to the final.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm very hopeful we're going to win.
And this is another opportunity to try and compete for another trophy, which is a nice chance. Because you won your first one in 6 years, which is nice. And like I said, in your first season, Ten Hag's done a brilliant job with you guys. You know.
Yes, and it's all about the players he's brought in, Raj. He's brought them players in, and they've made us better, kind of a top 4, top 3 type side. Yeah. And now them players are injured and out. There's no blaming him for what happens over the next games. No blame whatsoever. I'm not blaming him one. No. Steve says, I wouldn't worry about finishing 4th, Nath. Not with Spurs about anyway. Just keeps. It's true, but we're going to be the gift as well. But we're going to be just like Spurs.
Nath, I'm sure you'd want a Spurs win over Newcastle today at St James's Park.
Yeah, of course. But I wouldn't mind a draw. I'll let them both share the points. But before we finish, Raj, talk to me about Arsenal. I know it is an Arsenal show, but you're an Arsenal supporter. We've talked about it many a times, and Steve is also an Arsenal supporter. So do you think, Arsenal are bottling it at the moment? Or I don't think they're bottling it. I don't think they bottled last game. Yeah. But you tell me, because I'm going to talk about it as well. But what do you think is happening at the moment with Arsenal?
I think the pressure and the nerves are getting to them, and they can feel it, on the pitch from kickoff to getting onto it. And when you can see the finishing line, they're feeling that, and the agitation's creeping in with Arsenal, and they're making silly mistakes in the last 3 games that you wouldn't have seen them done early on in the season. And obviously, like you said, Saliba's a big miss, and that one player changes how the way you play. So it looks like they are a little bit bottling it, but at the same time, the nerves are playing a big part. And on Friday, you could see Granit Xhaka was a big miss as well. This Fabio Vieira guy came in, he didn't do much. And I think that's what it is. All they need to do now is just take one game at a time and see what they can do. It's still not over until the fat lady sings, as they say. So just got to keep going, Nathan. That's all they can do. Big game on Wednesday now, and they need to try and get a result there and win. A draw wouldn't be the worst result, because like I said to people, I still do see City dropping points at some stage. They have to go at Brentford, Brighton and Everton. So I can see them dropping maybe a draw, but no more than that practically, or maybe even a defeat. But they won't drop more than 2 or 3 points between now and end of the season.
Yeah, I agree with you there. To be fair, look, attacking-wise, the front 3 of Arsenal have been blitzing it. I know Jesus has missed a couple of chances there in the game against Southampton. Should have scored, to be fair. But in terms of you guys' attacking abilities, still there, always there. But now you're currently seeing what it takes to win the league, if you get what I mean. And to drop points like that is, like when you won them games against Villa last minute, and you won the game against the other team when you were losing Bournemouth.
Right, Bournemouth when Reece Nelson scored.
That is things of champions. When the game ended, I was like, that is something of champions. Yeah. And then there's the games where you lose a couple games, or you draw all these games where you're 2-0 up against Liverpool. And I'm like, ooh.
And the West Ham game, 2 games in control.
Yes, but West Ham as well.
Just gone.
Yeah. So when you look at all them, it's like what's happening is the defense. Obviously you've got a few problems in defense, a few problems in midfield, and those little frailties cause the other teams to score. But you're still attacking in the right way. You've got things of champions going forward, but it's just, do you have enough in reserve that can come in your side and continue that form? I don't think it's there enough. I think
Nathan, the biggest worry is Rob Holding against Haaland on Wednesday.
yeah, but it's not just him versus him anyway. I see that game there is the decider for the league. If there's a win for City, it's over.
Ned, what do you think? Being honest, quickly, just one quick question before we wrap up on United. Do you think Arsenal can get a result at the Etihad? Yes or no? Be honest.
Of course you can. because you're playing great football and you're playing football good enough to break down a City. The question is, can you stop City scoring goals as well? You're not going to have your boy at the back. Holding probably be playing again. That's another problem. So end of the day, you can win it because you could get 2 goals up and then they could have a bad day at the office. It can happen. It happens. And same as well, if they draw, am I right that you're still, if you won all the rest of your games and you drew, what would happen now?
No, Man City would, if they win their games, Man City would win it by a point. So we would need Man City to draw somewhere for that to happen.
Right. So now it's basically they're the one's favourite.
Yeah, it's in their hands now. Yeah.
You know what? When it went, the minute it goes from you guys' favourite to them favourite, I think that's it. So you have to win this game, and you've got a chance of winning the league. Even if you win this game, I still see City probably winning it now because you've made it so tight. You've got so close now.
Yeah.
But look, hats off to them because they're just a whisker away. It's not over yet, but I would say by the end of the season, I would say, you know what? They've done so well. Well done to them. But they're just a whisker away from being good enough to beat a City to a title. And that's saying something. So one more transfer window, and you've got backup. My goodness me, you guys are close again. Yeah, as long as you don't lose games,
you guys are going to be stronger. Liverpool will be coming stronger. And Chelsea, and even
mate, Chelsea are dead.
Not Chelsea, but Liverpool.
Liverpool, they need a. You see what I mean about Liverpool? They got the same players, but they've also lost some kind of transitional play in their game, and they're way off it, and they even lost too many players. So
let's see.
Anyway, we'll see what happens with that. I'm still watching closely. I still enjoy watching Arsenal. They're the next team I want to watch more than anyone else. Like I said, they are the team that I want to win the league over City. I don't want City winning the league, but at the same time, I need Arsenal supporters to just be realistic with what they think of their players, where they are versus other players. I'm happy that Arsenal wins the league if they can. I want them to
win. Let's carry on with the United show. This is the United show. So
always said we ain't there yet, Dave. You're right, Steve. You're right. But look, when you're ahead by that many points, you cannot look. What I would say now is, if you just lose that game and win all the rest, you've done very, very well. But if you continue to falter towards the end of the season from now, I think that's where you can say, you know what, they have bottled it a bit. You can't be losing and drawing games to these teams that you've been battering and been looking superior to all through the season. And it comes to crunch time and then start losing games. Like you can't have more than a 3-point gap at the end of the season. This not just can't happen. From this whole season we've seen so far, you should be there. There's even Steve, I know you're saying you ain't there yet, but what you're showing is you are there. And this is the thing. You're showing you're there, and it's consistently happening every single week. So if you had injuries, like major injuries to like loads of players, like we've got right now, and then you lose by more than 3 points, I say, you know what? Look, players get injured. There's nothing you can do. But anyway, no worries. We are going to win this game in penalties if we're going to win it. If it's not on penalties, I'm afraid I don't see us winning it. Seriously, I don't see us winning this game if we're not winning this game on penalties. I can't see us winning in normal time this game outright with the players we've got. I have to look at the starting lineup, of course, once Ten Hag puts it out. But I can only see us getting a 2-2 draw, 1-1 draw, something like that, and then we win on pens. Raj, what are you saying the score's going to be?
Let's see, 2-1 United after 90 minutes. There you go. I'll give you some.
Lovely.
Goal scorers, Weghorst, and Antony.
Well, you're definitely dreaming now, aren't you? Yeah, you scored a goal in the Prem yet.
It might be due one for you now.
Bloody hell, mate. Mr. Veggie, gonna score, is he?
Yeah, he'll get one today.
I don't think so.
Let's see.
I think he needs all the players to fall over injured and the keeper to like fall over for him to score. I think
he can tap the ball in on the line. Yeah.
He's had so many chances. He's just not.
Has he only got one goal since he's been at the club? One goal.
I don't think he scored a Prem goal. He's got
one cup goal. Yeah.
I think he scored 2 altogether. One in Nottingham Forest and one in the cup. Both rebounds from shots. So
yeah,
you better score them. But yeah, he's had so many clear chances where the defenders have blocked him. You know, and you're like,
it's like you said, Each TH just loves his work rate more than anything.
Yeah, his work rate is second to none. I got to give it to him. He is on fire with that. United have to be their best today to win, and we ain't at our best, and that's the problem.
Steve, what's your prediction?
What are you saying, Steve?
Yeah.
I think we're going to struggle, but we're going to win on pens.
Give him some hope, Steve. Come on.
Steve, tell me
Your
what you think the score is going to be. I bet he thinks that Brighton are going to win it.
Yeah, probably will.
I got a feeling he thinks Brighton are going to win it. And I don't blame him because they're on form. They got players who are very dangerous. They're doing well. And we're off form. We got players in injuries in major places. It stops us from playing the football that we have been playing. That's got us to where we're at now. And it's a struggle. I think Martinez may actually be right up there with Casemiro being as most influential to this team playing well. Him and Casemiro, I think even Martinez might even edge that. I think he's the most needed player in this side for Man United to do well. And then you've got Casemiro. Then you've got followed very closely Bruno. I think those three players. And then after that, it's Rashford. So if you don't have that spine, that full spine going through the middle, struggles. And that's where we need to do it. And look, Brighton might edge it.
Yeah.
Sorry, lads. And what's the score then? Give me the score, mate. Give me the score, Steve. Let me know what you're saying. I don't mind you coming out with that madness. But look, we're here. Thanks a lot, Raj, for coming on and giving me your thoughts on this and having a little talk about the Arsenal, the Gooners. Yeah. And
appreciate it.
Let's see what happens after the game. And Garth will be joining me for the match reaction. What time here? 2-1 Brighton. Ooh.
What time will the match reaction be today? Are you doing it today?
Match reaction will be after the game, straight after the game.
I look forward to watching that.
Half an hour after the game. So, yeah.
Thanks for having me on today. Much appreciated, mate. And good luck for today's game.
Thanks a lot, Raj. Yes, Rashford should be fit. He came on against Sevilla. He played. He didn't look like he got injured. The only player who I thought looked like they got injured was Shaw. So if Shaw doesn't play, I got a feeling Casemiro might have to drop into the back. But yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for being here. And look, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.